Well, after the disappointment of Saturday night at the Millennium Stadium, it's back to regional action this weekend, with the Ospreys taking on Gloucester and Coventry in the EDF semi-final. Tough ask, Mark, to pick themselves up after what was a massive disappointment, losing out to Ireland in that last minute.
Yeah, I mean, it was a massive disappointment, but there again, I think the Ospreys players would welcome a tough match like this. It's a case of getting back on the horse and playing in a tough, high-intensity game. If they were playing the likes of Connacht, they would be totally flat and it would be difficult. Last year, they finished Six Nations and then they played Saracens, albeit after winning the Grand Slam. This year, it's a tough mental ask again, but still, I think they'll welcome it.
And of course, the added incentive this year of Lions selection, still all to play for a lot of those boys.
Absolutely. I think a number of Ospreys players have yet to nail down their Lions places. I'm thinking the likes of James Hook, Gavin Henson, these guys really, and I think they'll be going flat out to do it. Adam Jones as well, doing what they can to convince Ian McGeechan, that they're worth a ticket to South Africa.
Yeah, it's a big month for the likes of Hook, because obviously he wasn't used much. Stephen Jones had a great championship. He didn't get much game time during the Six Nations. He needs to really try and impress McGeechan in these games now, EDF and the Heineken Cup game out in Limerick, of course.
Yeah, I mean, with James, it's the perennial sort of issue for him, really. He's simply got to demonstrate that he's got the game management skills to run a side at the highest level. I mean, he's got all the talent in the world, but he just needs to show that he can control play.
Last year for the Ospreys, great win against Saracens, as you said. They went and played in Europe a couple of weeks later. Absolute disaster. I mean, will they be favourites against Gloucester side, who are doing pretty well this, in the Guinness Premiership?
Well, it's not an easy one, because Gloucester have been playing and winning as well in the Guinness Premiership, and the Ospreys have effectively had a month or two off. Nonetheless, you know, the core of the Osprey side plays for Wales, so I think those guys will come back. I think the challenge for them is whether they can hit the ground running for the Ospreys. Yeah, I think they'll be up to it, but you know, it won't be easy.
Yeah, they've got a bit of a love affair with this tournament, haven't they? They've done well in the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, the tournament really warms up at the semi-final stage. I don't rate it particularly, and I think I'm not alone in that respect. In the pool stages, I think it's pretty flat. A lot of good players rested. Sides are messing about with selection. But come the semi-final and final, I think it really warms up. I think, I think that the players will rise to the challenge, you know.
Yeah, and you mentioned Hook. Who else do you think has got something to prove here this weekend?
Well, you know, Gavin Hens had a reasonable Six Nations. It was only 2.5 games because of injury. I don't think he's fully nailed down that Lions spot. I think he'll be looking for a good performance, just to sort of show McGeechan, yeah, you know, I've got the quality, take me. I think Tommy Bowe will be on cloud 9. He had a great Six Nations, of course, a Grand Slam winner. He'd be the happiest player in Wales this week. So, yeah, you know, I think that his confidence hopefully will prove infectious.
Talking to cloud 9, and this time last year, Shane Williams was sweeping all before him. He had a tough championship. Defences got on top of him, really. They gang tackled him. There was no space for him. He was suffocated, really, throughout the championship. Still a massive threat in terms of what he offers.
I think with Shane, in fairness, I don't think Wales succeeded really in bringing him into play enough. I think it was the 72nd minute last week where he finally got a ball in space. That's not good enough. At the end of the day, it should be up to the team, it should be up to the coaches to work patterns to bring into play their best attacking weapon. They failed to do that with Shane, and it was disappointing. He's a quality player. He's going to tour with the Lions. He'll do well out there, the hard grounds.
Yeah, and of course Lee Byrne. Big blow.
Yeah, it is a big blow. It's a massive blow for the Ospreys. And
they got cover, Mark, don't they? They got plenty. They got strength and depth.
Well, I guess they could play. Gavin at 15 and Andrew Bishop with Sonny Parker in midfield.
Gavin's strength is 12, though, surely, is it?
It is, and he showed that. But you know, possibly needs must. It's a difficult one. I mean, Tommy Bowe has played at 15 as well. It's a difficult one. Lee Byrne, he showed on Saturday how important he is to any side he plays for, just with his kicking, what he offers, specialist full-back play. It is a difficult one for the Ospreys.
Just finally, Mark, Ospreys going to Twickenham again this year?
Again, it's a difficult one. It's not an easy. It's not an easy punt, to be honest. I think they'll edge it.
Yeah.
I'd go with them.
And an all-Welsh final?
Yeah, I'd go with that as well. I think the Blues will do a job on Northampton.